I just can't have this negative tone when it comes to thinking that all judges are just.
I don't think all judges are corrupt. I think that there's rules, there's exceptions to rules, and there's exceptions to what is expected of a public official. And what I say is there are guardrails that are in place. Why those guardrails have seemed to have fallen off because of with some of my situations, I don't know. I have reasons to speculate. I just pointed to him because specifically I can show where he had an issue, and by proximity, because I'm still within that circuit, people who actually serve with him or work with him may have some biases. But if you were to ask me, hey, Greg, pull up an issue like, say, a particular case, say the Smallwood case, anybody who had taken the time to look at it knew what the issue was. I have nothing disparaging to say about the individual person because the state of Florida pushed the case where they had no jurisdiction. Quite simply, I think May 15th, 1996, they filed a document. They didn't serve it within 120 days. They never got extension of time to serve from the court, nor did they show good cause for not serving the initial summons and complaint. They amended it twice. That's an unenforceable order, not because I could have waived I couldn't waive jurisdiction because the so-called petitioner had no minimal context with the state of Florida. So whatever state that they may have come out of, which wasn't Delaware, which is kind of interesting in and of itself, the Delaware issue was what? We don't know, but we know one thing: she didn't live in Florida. So when I asked the question, which anybody can see on what was the master class, to the attorney for the state of Florida, the assistant attorney general, is it your position that Monica Smallwood filed that case in Florida? She said yes. Everybody knows that now that's a lie because she's not been in Florida. We also know that by simply looking at the record, there's no complaint that go with the summons. So there's no way that you could assert a summons and complaint. And I did mention that Minch and McIntosh, who was responsible for filing child support cases in the state of Florida, were involved in some pretty shady activity to secure certain child support orders. Now, my eyes 20 some years ago aren't the same as my eyes today. And when I brought it up, and I just was transparent with it because I understood, which is probably why the hearing officer filed a letter of recusal, correct? These are things that everybody can, well, we don't know why he did it. We know he did it, all right? It's evident he did it. That's in the record. And anybody who would sell it as something other than what it was, that anybody can go and look into, that might be a person. But at the end of the day, the rules stated what was supposed to happen. When it didn't happen, you bring it to somebody's attention and they're a steward of justice and they don't follow it, that doesn't make the system bad. It makes that individual bad